Okay, so we're going to try this again. Welcome everybody, this is Chevronomicon. If you watch my previous two videos, you'll see I was right in the thick of her with a Druid deck. We've taken it to 8 wins, which is pretty good because I feel that my prediction for this deck was 5 or 6 wins. As you'll see, I'm now home from work. My Jufro is in full form, and got a couple adult beverages here. Gold Standard, brought to you by Berlin, which is a fantastic city to endorse the adult beverage. So we're going to jump right into it here. This is kind of a good prelude to a series I'm going to do. It's called Getting Wrecked While Getting Wrecked, where you guys get to progressively watch me get more and more intoxicated on these adult beverages while we try to win some games of Hearthstone and more likely lose. But that will create a better environment for your comment section, so I'm glad that I could. Let's see what we queue up with here. Holy smokes. Berlin, good city for beer, bad city for internet, I can tell you that much. Another Pally. If I remember correctly, the last guy I played before work this morning was a Pally. If you hear any acoustics, that's probably the sound of me shitting my pants. This pants shit brought to you by McDonald's. It's Friday. I'm spoiling myself with a little bit of the double cheeseburger, but my anus doesn't agree. Okay, what do we got here? Whoa. Did I pick that? Alright, well, I guess we're playing with 2 Shattered Suns and a Big Game Hunter. Fantastic starting hand as usual. Playing the Quangster. Oh, you guys can't actually see that, can you? Quangster. Well, he didn't play anything, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, I mean, we got no other play, so we wild growth. We're hoping to top deck a 4 here. I mean, I don't really want to have to play these wenches with no follow-up. Gilbin. I think I'm gonna play one here. It's a 1-for-1 trade. He gets he's slight advantage to him. So he still has a coin, which is a pain in the arse. Which he will use to truce over me. Well, that is not good. What I could do here... No, I was thinking of putting him into charge and just killing the Gilbin outright in case he has a Blessing of Kings or something like that. But I think it's fine. We'll just taunt up. I mean, get rid of that True Silver, trade his minions. If he has Blessing of Kings, excuse me, we're probably boned, but... He does not... And he has card and board, which is balls. Or if he plays anything. Goddamn, that first beer after work. You gotta really enjoy it. Just coming on the way home, grabbing a cold one out of the fridge, and headed home to play the greatest computer game for casual players. 2014. Oh yeah, it's 2015. Holy hell. By the way guys, if you are players of Hearthstone, doing this and running out the clock is just lame. I mean, surely, I understand if you're thinking and you actually need the time, but to be honest, would this guy really, how many choices could he have possibly had on an empty board with 4 drop? Smashes up a Harvest Golem. Congratulations. Real slick play. I think we're just going to Dark Scale. A little bit low value, unfortunately, but look at it as a Yeti on turn 6. Luckily, he wasn't able to play his mana effectively either, so we still have a shot here. If this guy continues to play as he's been playing, what I'm going to do is just probably try to jump cut a few of his turns so that, you know, we don't have to... Oh my god, no. No buffs. No buffs. Oh my, guys. I think it might be time. Eat Corehound, son. This Corehound has been the MVP of my arena. He did 11 damage once, which is more than I've ever gotten out of a Corehound in the past. Now, against any of the 1 damage classes, you would never play a Corehound. The reason I play it now is just to curve out my mana properly, get it out on the board. A Paladin being able to enrage this is pretty unlikely. Now, if you're playing against a mage, he's just going to ping that, turn it into a 5, and smash you. As it turns out, he's going to smash me anyway, but 9 damage for a smash, and the Harvest Golem is fine. Fine trade for a Corehound, I think. You got Ooze you can use. And I have actually fuck all, so I really hope that we top deck something. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good too. Okay. Gentlemen, I think we're back in business. He's still gonna get good trades here, but short of an Aldor Peacekeeper or something, Ironbark is pretty darn good against Paladin. We're still behind though, I think, overall.
Let me think.
Okay, Consecrates. I guess he wants to keep his board, so he'll use the True Silver on me. Which is fine. He didn't have an effective way to trade it otherwise, but actually that's reasonably good trade. And now we're just gonna drop an Ironbark next turn. He's gonna have 3 cards. The hope is he actually doesn't have enough damage to even deal with this Ironbark with all 4 of them. And he can get him down to 2 and probably kill the Ironbark, but at what cost? And Salty Dog is... he's probably gonna pass here, do you think? Maybe? Yeah, he actually just outright passes. We can big game the Salty Dog. I think that's pretty academic.
I've got the beast in my sights.
I hesitate to play Bomb Lover here. It's such a waste, but no, we're not going to play Bomb Lover. We're just... I'll tell you what, we're just going to smash him off. We'll hero power a little bit of a shield, and we can play 1 Dark Iron here, even though we don't get the buff. We're pretty... actually, we kind of turned it around. We're now actually very far ahead, short of him having an equality. If he has equality, all my minions go down to 1 health, and he trades this nutsack board off for, well, what is actually a pretty strong ass board.
Let me think.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
And he's still 1 damage short. Okay, that's fine. I mean, we lose the Ironbark, but he lost 2.5 cards in dealing with that Ironbark. And is he attacking? He should at least kill the big game here with those little oozers. I'm the gatekeeper. Got a nice little top deck here, which means we can actually save our. Oh shit! I fucked up, guys. What's happening? Whatever, we can recover. We'll just bomb lobber this. What should have happened there is I should have ran the dwarf into the Annoyatron, which was the 1-2, and then took the bluegill into the 3-2 and hero powered the 1-1 and maybe played the Dark Iron Dwarf instead, but it's no tragedy. Pretty bad top deck for him. This is where, in this situation, a druid is actually very good against a paladin because basically, if he doesn't have tokens on the board, we can get rid of his tokens for 2 mana for free. So it's essentially just a no joy. Neither side wins. Just gonna Dark Iron Soul of the Forest. Pretty much, we can save Starfire since we didn't have lethal anyway. If he draws a big baddie, we can Starfire it and get another card. Which means that, barring a miracle on his part, this deck is going 9 wins, which is actually pretty insane. I credit you guys, because I'm playing hard as fuck right now, because I want to win.
I wonder. The victory is yours.
GG, nerd.
Well played.
Man, look at that. 5 wins with this deck, who would have thought? And we got our little quest. Apparently we also need to kill some minions. That's fine, we'll do another here. We'll see if we can get all the way... Wow, okay, we're not getting to 12 with this deck. I'm going to tell you straight up. This has got to be the end. We're going to come up against some rogue with like 2 Tinkers and 2 Blade Flurries, or maybe a priest that just has sticky minions that won't die, or something like that. Mage is actually probably the best of our possible matchups, because lots of bad players that play Mage in Arena because it's OP get way further than they should. So we're going to pretend like this guy is one of those. Now, this is a bit rough, because these are good cards to have. Both Twilight Drake and Swipe I like in my opening hand, but they're 2 4-drops. So I'm going to try and hope for a 2-drop. I'm playing a big gamble. Yeah, I played a big gamble there and definitely lost. My greetings. We just need to survive. Okay, that's excellent. I'm getting pretty good luck this arena run, I'm not gonna lie. Very seldom have my enemies been able to have a turn 2 play, and that's kind of, when you have a hand like this with lots of 4-drops, it's the 2-drops that are gonna kill you. Because if he drops a 3-2, I have no way to deal with it until turn 4, in which case I'll probably have to use an inefficient swipe. Well, I actually think this is so bad, but I'm going to hero power here. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. My grill.
Give me a quest.
Alright, well, that's a bit of a problem, but the chance of him being able to play more than 2 cards, I mean, that's a good swipe target next turn, I think. I doubt he'll be able to play 3 cards on 5 mana. And we got a fatty Drake here, big chunkster, which is just about the best 4-drop money can buy right now.
Ready, sir.
So, how to best do this? I think swipe. We'll take a little bit of damage on the Drake and we'll claw. So that really only nets for 1 damage. We still have basically an Archmage on the board, some spell damage of course, but even this 6 drop is typically not as good statistically as a 4/7. Case in point, Frost Elemental is decent, but he doesn't actually kill that thing. Oh, and hello! Top deck wizard once again. Eat it, nerd. $21 is okay to be at when you're dealing with a mage, but you don't want to go much lower than that if you can really avoid it. So the ghoul could be a problem, but actually it's not, because I just realized I have this. We're just going to buff our dwarf at that cheap value. And this is why it's nice to have a coin even in the late game, because we can throw out a Yeti too. Which, even if he has a Flame Strike, he's probably going to have to use it here. This is Dark Lord 69 for the record that we're playing, so welcome Dark Lord. If you are Dark Lord 69, grats on grabbing that amazing name. Now here's where he's going to get real mad, because Darkscale Healer is incredible play here. Basically absolutely nullifies what he just did. And against a mage, because there's a good likelihood a mage of this caliber has Flame Strike, we're probably going to hold back on throwing any more minions out, because we have board. He put out a zombie chow, and that's going to give us 5 health back at some point, short of him being able to silence it. So it's fine to just hero power, even though we could have dropped the Cobra or something. Because even on 9 mana, this board is a monster. Now I think if he has Flame Strike, he's got to use it here. He will deal with my board, but as you see, we still have board to spare. Now we hope he doesn't have 2 Flame Strikes, but that's another story. He's already burned a Polymorph, so I'm hoping I'm safe to play Ironbark here. And look at that, just like that, we're back up to full health. We have cards, slight health advantage.
I hope you like my invention.
He's drawing, don't draw a Polymorph. It's fine. Starfall's looking pretty good here. Yeah, I mean, it's not incredible. Well, let's see, what are our alternatives? We definitely want 8 damage on the face, so I think we're just going to Starfall. Two damage to everything. And this is actually a great time to drop the Cobra, because if he does top deck a huge minion, our Cobra slithers and slips and slides all over him. You want to try to keep Cult Master in your hand until you can get at least 1 card draw and value out of her. Unless you're up against, say, a Hunter and it's the late game, you need to apply some pressure. There's Flame Strike number 2. It stands to reason, of course, he would have that. Good top deck again, give me another card. I think we can afford to do this, just put a bit of pressure on, and we're going to solo the forest. Because this is a pretty weak board, but it becomes much stronger if he actually has to worry about pinging that and spawning another 2/2. It's a huge pain in the ass for him, and we still got Lavarino, another Soul of the Forest. Oh, Kodo. Oh, Shield for Angus. So now, what I was talking about just recently about the Cult Master, now she has outstanding value. So we'll pop this, we'll see what we get. And a card as well. And another card, how about that? And I think we'll just Power of the Wild to buff these guys. Again, if he has a third Flame Strike, it's garbage, but it at least forces him to trade his ping onto the Cult Master with the Argus. And a third Flame Strike, I should have known. Or I might have known. We're going to try and keep him in the hand for the killing blow. Maybe. I mean, Sunwalker's good here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Shadowed Sun Cleric, just kind of put him out of Flame Strike ping range. God forbid this mage has 4 Flame Strikes. But he probably has a Fireball. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, of course he did. But that's good. Fireballs on creatures are fireballs that are... Oh, nom 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 nom. Sorry buddy, Harpy is trash. What's he at? 11 cards, I got 8. Oh. Holy smokes, I've drawn a lot of cards this game. Now I hope he doesn't draw removal here. If he doesn't draw removal, we're in great shape. That's not going to help him. We got to solo the forest. Wait, do I have lethal with Savage Roar Druid? I should. 5/10, yeah.
Where shall I strike? All the while. No play.
Push forward.
Now, as you see, that game, as predicted, that mage wasn't very good. On the other hand, I also had good answers to what the mage had. So, I mean, it's give and take. With a mage, you always got to remember to see the flame strikes coming, especially at high amounts of wins. Generally, good mage decks that hit 9 wins have at least 2 flame strikes and 2 fireballs. Usually a frostbolt or 2 as well. So you just got to be prepared, and don't throw out minions with reckless abandon if he's on, especially on 9 mana. Because as you see, even though I gave him, oh my god, derelicts.
Now Fury versus Garrosh. Victory or death. I must protect the wild.
Okay, continuing with the theme. We don't have a great start, but actually this is not a bad start. Who am I saying? Now this actually terrifies me, because warrior is typically, in my opinion, I love the warrior class, but in the arena he's absolute garbage.
My greetings.
Got this little spider mite again. Yeah, wise guy, eh? We're just gonna play Puddle Jumper.
One shot, one.
Well, this is going to be a pretty fun swipe. In fact, I might even do it now. Do I have a better play? As my mate says, hey YouTube. Yeah, let's just swipe. We got a fine play here. He invested a lot into that. as I said, I'm terrified of what this guy's bringing to the table because he's either a wicked good player or has a wicked good deck to take a warrior that high. Chow. And will that trade for my Drake together? No, that's 6, right? Yeah. And this is why it's bad to be a warrior, because you really rely on getting an axe or having minions that are sticky and good at trading. Because the warrior, he can't actually even trade both of these into my minion and kill it, which means he has to potentially use 3 cards to get rid of a Twilight Drake. Now the only counters he could use is a silence, or if he had, I guess, an Arcanite Reaper and trade the Chow, but even then it's 1.5 cards for 1.
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
And if he's smart, he hits face here. He doesn't hit face? Okay, he hits face with 1. I guess that's... yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I unfortunately don't have a great play for turn 5. I think... Does Claw, Hero Power, that's only 3 damage. I guess we're just gonna Shattered Sun, Hero Power.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
We'll get rid of that. I mean... oh shit, we didn't Hero Power. That's the beverage talking. Oh, that's fine. 1 damage is unlikely to mean the difference between a victory and defeat. Defeated.
I can take the hit.
If he does have a Shield Slam, that's worrisome though. And once again we have Starfire, let's just use it. Gives us a card. Tings off a little bit of his armor. Another good strategy if you are a bit more advanced in Hearthstone is to watch the top deck. I'm sure you've heard it before, but it's always nice to see what exactly he's top decking. Nice little war song play for him there, but nothing spectacular as the war song's only going to potentially charge 2 creatures next turn. And those 2 creatures will be running into a Sunwalker. Generally, this is a pretty priority target in a Warrior Arena deck. You don't want to give him a bunch of charge minions. Okay. I didn't play the Core Hound just because if he did have a charge minion, 5 potential damage in hand, it's a really bad play. I can Cult Master for cards, which means I need to Claw, which means I cannot play the Yeti, but I can play a Cobra. Let's do it. We can take 6 damage. We could also... I don't know, maybe there was a better play here. We can hit face here. I mean, maybe I'm trading a little too much and pressing my advantage. But since we did it, we're going to keep doing it. Because otherwise the Call Master was a useless play. Because I had the Yeti, which would have been equally as good, but much more tough. But this does give me another card. I have seriously underestimated the viability of this deck. It's actually reasonably strong. So check the time here. I think it's a fair trade for the Cobra. I could do something fancy like charge the Druid in or something, but I already have a huge advantage, which is getting stronger. What would have been really cool is if I had the Dark Iron, I could have put him into big game Hunter range, use the buff on the Brewmaster. So let's just play up a big fat taunt, and the Yeti. Also, a possible play here would have been the Core Hound. You can really afford to play the Core Hound when you have the board, because that equals 9 damage versus these guys together equaling 8. But I do want to set up a potential Savage Roar kill, which is easier with the kind of the power of the wild and more minions on the board. And if I can do that not next turn but the following turn for sort of an OTK, if you will. Also, the Core Hound would have gotten crushed, so in this case, it was better. Alright, now we're... Just do that this turn. It's 10 damage. If I can Savage Roar next turn, we are looking at 11 plus 7 is 18, 22. I don't know why I was so afraid of this warrior. Maybe I can kill him just with my Iron Bark. My hero. What's up? What is that? Do we get to 12 with this deck? Could be a thing. Alright, I dare say I don't really want to break this up into 4 videos, but I gotta go Skype with my mom, guys. I'm sorry. So I'll be back shortly. We're gonna stop recording this particular video right now.